Mesos are incredibly important in Maplestory, yet the game is brand new. A lot of people think that in the early stages of the game, it's incredibly difficult in order to actually farm a bunch of Mesos. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely not true, and even now in the game, you are able to farm a lot of Mesos if you actually know what you're doing. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes to tell you guys all the different ways that you can farm Mesos, and I'm getting approximately 8 to 12 million Mesos a day just by playing the game at around level 100. So if you're a bit lower level, you might not get quite as many, but getting to level 100 has only taken me a few days, so you can be rest assured that you can definitely be farming a lot of Mesos every single day, even though the game is quite new. I'm not going to go over the very basic stuff. I've already watched a couple of videos about Meso farming in Maplestory M, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, a lot of these videos will just go through the basics. Of course, you want to make sure to do all your daily stuff, all of your achievements, your daily tasks, all that typical stuff. You should probably be doing this anyway. As long as you're playing the game, you want to make sure to do all the freebies that the game gives you each day. Of course, this is Maplestory, but it is also a mobile game, and mobile games really do have this theme of giving you a bunch of freebies, and one of those freebies is free entries into a whole bunch of different events, dungeons, dailies, all that stuff. So definitely make sure that you're doing that. But now let's get into the real business. How do you get the big amount of Mesos? I'm talking 8 to 12 million Mesos per day. Well, let's go ahead and start off with one of the best sources of Mesos, and that is going to be mini dungeons. Now, I've heard a lot of things about mini dungeons and people's opinions on mini dungeons, but it is an absolutely fantastic source of Mesos. Now, one thing that a lot of people also don't really understand about mini dungeons, and something that might be a little bit difficult to understand until you've actually farmed mini dungeons for a while, is that a lot of the Mesos that you end up getting in mini dungeons are also going to actually be from the item drops. When you actually go into a mini dungeon, not only are you going to be getting a bunch of experience, a bunch of Mesos, but you're also going to be getting a lot of item drops. Now, in a mini dungeon, it's incredibly important that you turn on your auto battle, though, if you want to get those drops. This is going to significantly increase the amount of loot that you actually get. I've done some testing, I've done some mini dungeons without auto battle, then I've done some mini dungeons with auto battle, and usually without auto battle, you're lucky to get 1 or 2 drops in a half an hour time period. But if you turn on your auto battle, even though you probably don't kill as efficiently, even though mini dungeons are pretty simple, so the auto battle is able to do a decent job there. Even though you might not kill as efficiently, you are going to get so many more drops. With the auto battle feature on in a mini dungeon, I'm probably looking at getting over 10 drops in a half an hour period compared to maybe 1 or 2 without it. So absolutely make sure to do that, and that is going to also account for a lot of the Mesos that you get in a mini dungeon. Now, me right now at level 100, when I AFK for half an hour in a roughly level 100 mini dungeon, in a half an hour time period, I'm looking at approximately 300,000 or so Mesos, maybe a little bit more than that, depending on the drops that I get. I'd say the average is about 350,000, so getting close to 1 million Mesos per hour AFKing in mini dungeons at level 100. Now, unfortunately, you don't have an unlimited amount of AFK time. You do get 2 hours for free, and also keep in mind another reason to actually go ahead and do all the daily tasks and all that freebies that the game ends up giving you is you're going to also get quite a bit of extra auto battle time. So definitely make sure that you're taking advantage of that. So we've gone over mini dungeons. What about some other ways to make money? Now, this is something that I guess you could say is a little bit of a secret, not really something that a ton of people have figured out yet. I've seen a couple people do it, but killing high-level monsters, if you actually have the gear for it, and you are actually able to handle it and farm high-level monsters efficiently, you get a ton of Mesos doing that. Just an example, these are level 150, which is absolutely crazy. This is right outside the absolute highest level Star Force place in the game, but as you can see, each one of them, without any boosts or anything, are giving almost 200 Mesos each, which is absolutely crazy. Now, unfortunately, my gear is not quite up to par to really be able to farm these high-level monsters efficiently, but once you actually level up some of your gear and progress into the game a little bit more, you don't have to actually be anywhere even close close to level 150 to farm these monsters efficiently. They're going to give you a ton of experience and a ton of Mesos if you just have the gear to be able to farm them efficiently. So I've done some testing, and once I'm able to actually farm these a little bit more efficiently when I get my gear upgraded, you're definitely looking at 1 million, maybe even more than 1 million Mesos per hour farming here. Now, keep in mind, you can use auto battle here. I wouldn't recommend it because this is this map is probably acceptable to use auto battle, but I probably wouldn't. I would just farm here manually, get a whole bunch of Mesos, a decent amount of experience, and this will definitely be a pretty popular place to farm Mesos as more and more people end up getting geared. Now, another way to make Mesos, and this is probably a little bit more complicated, something that I could obviously help you with, but it's something that's gonna take a little bit of experience and knowledge, and you're just gonna have to get used to it, is the auction house. Now, obviously you can sit and play the auction house all day long if that's what you want to end up doing, but I'm not even just talking about that. I'm just talking about learning prices and learning what drops you get, how valuable they are, how good they are. I guess a really common example that we can use here are weapons, and let's just go with normal weapons and max attack weapons. Now, the price range on weapons is huge. You might be thinking, well, why are some of them selling for 5,000 and some of them will confidently sell for over 1 million Mesos? And just the basic example is, obviously, if you get a normal weapon, if it does have that maximum attack range, it is going to sell for a decent amount of money. This is something that I think I talked about a bit more in detail in my very first video ever, so if you are interested in learning a little bit more about why max attack weapons are so good and so valuable, don't forget to check that video out on the channel. But just learning these things and kind of picking up this knowledge while playing the game, it's going to allow you to know that a lot of the items that you're getting that you might think are trash, they're actually probably going to be pretty valuable. So once you learn this stuff and kind of figure it out intuitively by playing the game, you are going to be able to make a lot more Mesos in the trade station selling this stuff. Now, just by me farming, AFKing, mini dungeons, playing the game normally, I probably get at least a couple max attack weapons each day. I know that might sound crazy, but I play the game quite a bit, and especially AFKing and mini dungeons, you actually end up getting a lot of drops, so it's definitely not unusual to get at least a couple max attack weapon drops, which sell for a very decent amount of money. Now, obviously, as the game progresses, these are not going to sell for as much, but definitely take advantage of this early on. A lot of people think that just because the game is new, you can't make a lot of money. Well, it might be quite the opposite, and a great example of that is going to end up being selling max attack weapons. Now, obviously, there's plenty of other ways to make money that I haven't talked about. Absolutely, absolutely, make sure to do all of your dailies for the day. A great source of money is going to be your elite dungeons. Once you get to level 95, you're going to be able to actually get epic equipment from elite dungeons. And right now, epic equipment is selling for 50, 100, 150,000 plus Mesos per piece, depending on what piece of gear that you actually get. You get 3 free entries into that. That's a pretty decent amount of money for only maybe a 10-15 minute time investment. So I'm not going to talk about this too much because this kind of just goes along the source of make sure to do all your dailies. Everything here, all your free entries that you end up getting, absolutely make sure to do them all. If you're not going to end up getting Mesos directly, this is going to be one of the main core focuses of the game when it comes to character development, experience, and progressing. So absolutely make sure to take advantage of this. Learn about this page. This is very, very important. So you're going to get a lot of Mesos just by doing a lot of this stuff as well. So I've talked about a lot of stuff in this video already. I've thrown a lot of knowledge at you guys. I'm sure I've missed out plenty of ways to make Mesos, but if you guys like this and you enjoyed this video and you're interested in maybe some more tips and tricks and methods on how to actually get Mesos, please feel free to let me know. Help me out, guys. If you watched the video, if you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a positive comment. If you want to see more videos in the future, feel free to toss a subscribe so that you get notifications of future videos. Let me know if people are actually enjoying these. I know the last video, the one that I made on the leveling guide levels 1 through 100, that video did pretty well. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching that and enjoying that video. And don't be shy. If you guys have any feedback or anything that you want to say, absolutely feel free to let me know, and let me know what you guys want. A big thank you, of course, to the 9 people who are subscribed to this channel so far. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll be back with some more videos in the future. So thanks again, everybody. Hopefully this helped out, and until next time, this is Salt of the Salty Clan, signing out.